Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Any man can build his sex appeal. Now, this is very important. This is very important because let's be real. Y'all watching videos on this particular channel because you want to know how to get women. All right, and you have a whole sector of YouTube, social media on man gets woman. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you what, one of the main things I talk about, anybody who's read my books, Nice Guys and Players, that's been out since 2000, Sexual Chemistry, that's been out since 2002, and a Nice Guys and Players book, Meeting Attractive Women, which has been out since really 2005, the original version. All of them are about a man building up his sex appeal. And this is very important. This is very important because the thing is, you have a lot of men thinking, well, I have to have that square jaw. I have to be 6'2", definitely tall, never talk about the muscles part, but tall and handsome. Okay. All right. But here's the thing with that. Even then doesn't guarantee a man is seen as sexy by women. See, sex appeal and developing sex appeal, partly physical, but more so than physical, mental. In fact, I would say the physical part, just the pure physical part, it's a base. But if you don't have the other stuff, you're in trouble. Now, some people might disagree with that. Okay, fine. But I'm presenting what I've seen from feedback from men to work and talking with hundreds of women and everything. So any man can build that though. Like I said, if you got that perfect genetics and stuff, hey, you got a leg up, but it doesn't mean that a woman's gonna find the man sexy. Now, as far as the rest of us, okay, we can build it. Okay, I'm known for body game. One of the main thing that turns on a woman sexually is a man's body. And it's not just the aesthetics, it's how healthy it is. If a man is physically fit, he looks fit. He don't have to be perfect. He don't need to look like a fitness model or anything like that. But if he's perfect, if he looks like he works out, he looks like he exercises, he looks like he can move around, he looks healthy. He just looks plain healthy. Okay, that's going to grab a woman's attention. And that's why you get a lot of guys, they might be just blue collar construction worker types. You notice guys like that never complain. Have you noticed they never complain about women? Because they constantly working. And that says something to the woman on many levels. One, this guy looks like he can go make some money. He looks like he can hunt. He looks like he can physically protect her and stuff. And he also looked like he can make healthy babies. Even when a woman is not interested in that, she wants the health. Because even like a lot of guys talk about well, it's the face and the height. What if the person doesn't look healthy anyway? What if they height, but they real slim and scrawny or something? And I'm dead serious. So you still need more to it. Now that comes into it and it's the overall package, but you still need to look healthy. Any man can build that. Any man he don't have to be like a superstar fitness model, like I said, but he can at least eat right. He can keep up his health. That's the important thing. That's hitting women on a subliminal level. All right, and that's just one part of it, Because you can't walk around out here just with a shirt on, or shirt off and everything, unless you're in some, beach community. The most a woman can see is your frame. One of the important things is a man's style, And I've said this continuously. Did a video just a couple days ago, talking about that. A man's style, his clothing. They try to get an idea about his personality and everything else to his, what type of clothes he wear. Not to say they perfect, but, reading it. But that's what they do. Like one of the things men overall have to understand, women don't do things the way men do. Understand the way they see things, you win a lot. As Sun Tzu would say, to paraphrase him, know your enemy and know yourself. You need not fear the results of 100 battles. If you know women and you know yourself, you need not fear the results of 100 seductions. I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to think about that. And real quick, because I know some people take things literally, take it for what it means. So just understand women. So anyway, any man can build his body. Any man can build his style. Any man can build his basic grooming. A significant amount of men lose out and don't turn on a woman because they look dirty. They don't have good grooming. You think a woman want to get butt naked with a guy who looking dirty unless she dirty herself? And how many men want that type of woman? That's why they'll use the term dusty. The dude looks dirty to them. How many men out here, like, they don't keep a good haircut. They don't keep their good grooming. They don't keep their facial hair right. Hell, they don't even exfoliate their face. I had an ex-girlfriend who would say that these guys need to exfoliate, Rom. Seriously. They be like, a lot of guys, they looking rough. They are just looking rough. It's like, damn, dude, do you fix yourself up, son? Damn. Hell. You know, just washing yourself. Shoot, and even your scent. Like, women go crazy over scents. That's like a cheat code. They gotta smell you. Women have to smell you. And that's part of it too. How many guys ain't washing their ass good? But then they want a woman. Or their breath is stinking, but they want a woman. How many guys have probably been rejected? The woman's cool, thought the guy looked good, the breath stinks. She was like, oh no, baby. You know, at best, he might get some doggy style, at best. And probably the woman's like, ugh, because that turns a woman off. But any man can do that. And that's all of that's just the physical part, the body, the style, grooming, the mindset. Any man can work on his mindset. Any man can work on his confidence. I don't care what happened. Because ultimately, as I always say, a man's power comes from within. He can develop it. He got 100% control over his attitude. And I'm going to tell you where the attitude is most important. Because, you know, on my Saturday podcast, I talk about men just being men and doing their thing. I always talk about a man being sovereign. But if we're talking about sex appeal, a big part of it is how a man feels towards sex. A significant amount of men out here are sexually repressed for whatever reason. It could be religion. It could have been unfortunate trauma as a child. It could have been anything. Rejected socially. You have a lot of men who just afraid on a subconscious level, and it reflects in their outer personality of just really interacting with women. That's really a big issue. In fact, I'm going to give y'all a cheat code. I'm going to be nice today. If a man deals with the sexual repression issues, his fortunes with women will change literally overnight. Like literally. A lot of guys, men hold themselves back. One of the things with men who get women, regardless of their physical appearance, regardless, is that they're sexually aggressive. They're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. Like in my book, Nice Guys and Players. And I've seen it. I've seen this over the years. I mean, I saw it at first before I wrote the book in the 90s. I've seen it since. I've had feedback. There's two types of guys who generally just going to get women. One of them is select, and that's based on their inner nature. They're not sexually repressed. They're sexually aggressive. The ones I call Mr. Goodbar. Those guys, and they the top of the pyramid. Women go crazy over them. One of the things is they don't have any sexual repression. They go for it. They go for it. And because their sexual energy is flowing freely, they naturally want sex. They will adorn themselves, they will subconsciously do what it takes to satisfy that lust. I talked about that in my book, Meeting Attractive Women. Lust is good. Like when you have that lust, boom. Like always, and I said it in that book. One of the things I did, I wasn't afraid to go for it. I wasn't afraid to go for it because I wasn't worried about a woman rejecting me. The strongest feeling in my mind was having a big, thick legs wrapped around my back. So I would go for it. And usually the Mr. Goodbars, not usually, really, the Mr. Goodbars, well, I say 98% of them, they did what I just said. They're going to be in good shape. Not great shape, but good shape at a minimum and stuff. Good grooming, good style, everything. But they're also going to have no problem interacting with a woman. They're going to have charisma. They can talk to the women. Now, you have the other guys, and these are non-select. These are what I term gamesmen. Now, the thing with the gamesmen is, they don't have that natural, they ain't gonna have the same physicality as a Mr. Goodbar. They just not. They just not. Average looking, maybe not the same body build. They might try to dress, but it's not gonna be the same. I mean, most of them just on GP gonna still clean themselves up, but not have that same thing. In fact, some women will call them dusties. The thing about them, they're not sexually repressed, so they just gonna go for it. They just gonna go for it. I would strongly recommend you keep your children away from being around these guys. They will go for it. See, one thing about those guys though, yeah, they non-select, but they will make their opportunity. In general, they'll find a way. They'll find a way. They'll do what they gotta do and stuff, but they're not sexually repressed. You see, that's the thing. That's the key thing for many men, but any man can work on it. Now, the sexual repression thing, yeah, that's a little bit harder. You honestly might have to go as far as getting therapy to deal with that. But everything else, a man can build it. Think about it, your genetics only so much. You can't help it. You can try to maximize it as best as possible by working out and all of that, but it only take you so far. Your jaw shape is going to be your jaw shape. Your height is going to only take you so far, but you can control everything else. And any man can do that. Any man can do that. All right? And that's what I talk about in my books. That's what I got over 20 years of experience in helping men get there. All right? And this, just to be clear, this ain't a commercial for just my books, but I'm just saying, I've seen it work. I've seen it work. All right? So any man can build his sex appeal. All right? So that's all I have for today. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.